What's up, y'all? Side back with another reaction, y'all, from the Fat Man's Podcast. I got another reaction for y'all for Peterson. But before we get into this reaction, y'all, please hit that like button, subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of this month, so please do share with your family, friends, whoever you see in the entire world. And let's get into this reaction, y'all. I got another reaction for y'all from Get a Job. Peterson's Having Moments Part 13. So what's getting here, y'all? Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
You're not a Christian?
No.
And are you a Christian?
I'm about to ask you. Most of y'all Christians or not? Y'all tell me in the comments though. Put it one in the chat if you are. Not in the chat, but in the comments.
I am not.
You're not a Christian?
No.
And where do
I'm pretty sure most of y'all are Christians. I just want to know.
you put yourself as concerning religion?
Maybe I'm multi-religious, if that makes sense.
No.
I am a person who believes in faith and goodness holistically.
Mason, I've noticed that women today, not all, but mostly liberal women, they seem to be, they pretend to be tough, but yet when you see these type of movements, they are saying that they're weak. You know, they need laws, and they accuse men. It's as though they don't know how or have the strength to say no to a man or to walk away. Whereas when I was growing up, women were stronger. And if they didn't want to do anything with you, you knew it. You said, okay, fine. You know, what happened to these women that they're so weak that they need to pass laws? They're always complaining. They're starting movements, while yet you hear them say, "Oh, I'm a strong woman. I'm strong. I'm wonderful. You know." It's like they're lying. A lie is in there somewhere, because a strong woman or a strong person wouldn't be crying and passing laws and trying to hurt other people. They would defend themselves. They would go on with life, because life offers so many challenges. Are they weak or are they strong? I don't know what they are and what they want. And it's mostly liberal women, feminist kind of people.
We have found that it actually takes great strength to come forward to tell your story. And
it doesn't take much strength to do that.
It does.
It takes strength to say, hey, guy, I don't want to have sex with you. Leave me alone.
True.
There were plenty of white, privileged oppressors that took advantage of the system to continue to abuse and oppress African Americans, who are great contributors of society.
When did that happen and when?
All throughout history. As soon as
I'm trying not to pause, yo. I'm trying to limit how many times I pause, but I'm sorry. But why do people? I don't know if I reacted to this one. I'm not for sure, but if I did, I'm sorry. I'm still gonna post it. I never understood when you have another race, right? You always refer to black people. Why not refer to your own race? You know what I mean? Like, I never understood that.
white people started going to Africa and pulling people against their will onto slave ships.
That didn't happen. That's a made-up lie. The blacks were sold to the Arabs by other blacks, elitist black, rich blacks, kings, and then those Arabs took them to other parts of the world and sold them. The white man didn't just go to Africa to get some Negroes. That was made up.
Either way, they were sold against their will. A human being is not to be bought or sold. They're not a commodity.
But it wasn't about a so-called white privilege male.
Okay, let's substitute the word white for Arab then.
No, yeah, it was
That's fine.
The Arabs who did it. And yes, maybe that was wrong, but the white man didn't do it. So likewise,
but it was still wrong.
It's such a very interesting point you're making, because likewise, these liberal women, they could be making up lies too, just like you thought that was the truth. They could be pushing a lie as well with a hidden agenda. Is that possible?
She should never stumble back. Cause she low key just fall into a deathly trap right there, boy. Am I wrong? Is like, am I getting that wrong, or did she fall into that trap? She just stayed. She should have just stayed with her opinion. So I'm, you know, what I mean,
No.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
How about a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
How about a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
I can see that you're a human being, but do you consider yourself a feminist?
It's a good, it's a good question. That's something that's been asked of me quite a lot recently.
Sure, yeah. And what is feminism?
Okay. Well, feminism is a movement both socially and anthropologically in recent modern history, although it has existed previously throughout civilization in many cultures, whereas it's concerned for women's rights, whether that's equality or education or the right to work or reproductive rights, and that happens through social activism, through lawmaking, education, so on and so forth. My definition, I think a feminist, in its most fundamental, just so we're clear,
right,
the most fundamental, simplest form is somebody that looks at a woman and goes, hey, you're cool.
That's a very interesting statement. And so I need a short answer.
Okay.
I've never asked anyone this before. How does a man look at a woman and not think she's attractive and think sex? How is that possible?
They just they make a choice not to do it.
But it's okay for men to look at women and go, yeah.
I think any man
Mamma
that says
mia.
that they, if any man says that they don't do that
Right.
in their head, they're probably lying.
Yeah.
Probably.
And women too, right?
Absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
human thing.
Are feminists in competition with men? Yes or no?
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
I got that
is-
impression from those godless women at the Golden Globe Award that they were in competition with men.
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Do you love men?
Do I love men?
Uh-huh.
I do.
You know.
I do.
And what is love?
I think that, what is human love? Like, what is love between two people?
No, just what is love? A woman accused a man of sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just take her word at it or just hear her out but wait until the evidence presents itself?
I think, well, I mean, being the founder of the I Believe You project, our aim is to have belief be the default position for all survivors of sexual violence.
Before the proof?
I think that it's important that we hear them out. It is what is
But
not okay.
believe it though, right?
There are countless women and men who have brought forth proof to community leaders, the system, law enforcement, whatever, and they are disbelieved regardless of the
Well,
proof.
that's a different story. But just because someone says it, should we believe them just because they said it?
I think it's worth reserving judgment.
I have a friend. I have a lot of friends, I think.
Trump has. Do you think that Trump tells lies, blatant lies?
Do you see that the president is more transparent than any president or administration in recent history?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
How
not.
is he not transparent?
Well, why doesn't he own up to the Stormy Daniels story if he's transparent?
That's dumb, man. Don't go there. I mean, give me something
I'm
real.
asking. That's a question. That's a personal thing.
Give me something
and
real.
and it's based in truth.
yeah. Tell me about in the comments. Tell me about that Daniel Hill Daniel, whoever he just talked about in the comments, guy. I don't know anything about that.
Somewhere. Why doesn't he just own the truth of it?
That's shallow. I'm not going there with you. That's shallow. Give me something
Why is it
real.
shallow? But it speaks about his character, though.
What does that have to do with the president in
How
the
is
White
he the
House
light
now?
when his character is in question? How is he the
His
light?
character is not in question.
I'm questioning his character. These are questions he hasn't answered.
And the reason you're doing that because you are a member of the family of the children of the lie. Are you a Christian?
I believe in God, yes.
Are you a Christian?
I believe in God.
Are you a
I
Christian?
don't think God intended for us to have identities that said we're specifically what he wants us to be. I don't think he wants us to be called Christian or Jewish
Patrick.
or Buddhist or anything. He wants us to believe in him. So,
Are you a Christian?
I believe in God, yes.
I didn't ask that. I asked, are you a Christian?
I believe in God.
You're not going to answer that question?
Well, I don't know what a Christian is. I grew up in Christian church. I'll tell you that.
But let me ask, are you a Christian?
Who, me?
No, you.
I don't know if I can identify like that because
Patrick,
in my eyes,
Yes, Mom.
Christianity has done a lot of harm.
Patrick,
as well as good.
Are you a Christian?
I don't think so.
Patrick, are you a Christian?
I don't think so.
You can't answer yes or no?
I'm not sure. That's for me and God to figure out once I meet God. We'll figure that out.
This is insane. You realize you sound insane right now, right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I told you I grew up in a Christian church. I know exactly what Christianity is.
But how do you know? How do you know what Christianity is when you don't know if you're one or not?
Well, I'll tell you this. My father,
if you know what it is, if you know what Christianity is, then you would know if you're one or not. So it doesn't make sense.
Then I'm not. I'll say I'm not.
You're not a Christian. Why is that so hard to say?
Well, the reason I say that I'm not is because I don't think I live up to the parameters of what a really good Christian is.
But you still should know if you're one or not. The answer is yes or no.
No. Then I'll say no.
Amazing. Patrick, I appreciate your call. Hello?
That's all?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yeah, because your mind is blocked. You
no,
can't
it's not
see.
blocked, Jesse. I'm trying to talk to you in
no,
reasonable
you're not.
terms.
No. You're not trying to be reasonable at all. Your mind is blocked. You're an Obama fan.
No.
You are a Trump hater.
No.
And you're a beta male.
You're perpetuating racism, Jesse.
No, I'm not.
You call Trump the great white hope.
He is.
Don't you understand what that says to people?
What does that say?
Well, when you don't understand what that says.
What does it say? No, I don't.
Listen,
I don't
Jesse,
understand what that says to people.
I'm going to say one thing.
I don't understand what that says to people. What does it say?
Well, it sounds like you have a little self-hatred going on.
When I call the president the great white hope?
Well, when you give him more light than you give yourself, yeah.
But I'm not the president. He's the president. I'm talking about him.
That means nothing. We're all human beings. It means nothing.
So what does it say to you when I call the president the great white hope?
Well, it implies a certain negativity that you may not be thinking about.
And what's that negativity?
Well, if we have our own opinion about Donald Trump, there's nothing wrong with that. He's not portraying racism. If that's what he believes in, that's not racism. Just like you believe Obama is the greatest president in all presidents. That's not. I mean, that's your opinion. It's not portraying racism. It's your belief.
Oh, look, whether you want to admit it or not,
And he don't even know what he's talking about.
America, the great country of America, was
What's
built on the
that
foundation of
negativity
racism.
that you get when I call the president the great white hope?
The great country of America was built on the foundation of racism.
That's not true. That's a lie.
Racism.
That's a lie.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's really a lie.
How is that? When we were enslaved, the white men weren't.
You were never enslaved.
My people were.
You were not enslaved. That's a lie. When were you enslaved?
When was I enslaved?
Yes.
Personally?
Yeah.
Well, Jesse, I'll tell you this. When I grew up in my
When were
house,
you enslaved?
my parents never taught us about racism. They
I
never
gotta
taught
go.
us that
Thank
we
you,
were,
Patrick. What an idiot.
Okay, now,
So are you saying that the president is wrong for putting up a wall around the border?
yes, I feel he's definitely wrong for that.
Why he
for the
wrong? Why is he wrong for that?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm from upstate New York, Utica, New York, to be exactly. Like I said, I'm biracial. My mother is white, father's black. Now I'm from Utica, New York, which is a melting pot of people. When I say it's literally,
Why is
it's
the
80
president wrong for putting a wall around the borders to stop people from just coming in?
because this country was built on nothing but immigrants.
That's not
In
true.
my city alone, I have 87% of people pretty much that is a melting pot.
Were those immigrants illegal?
I get, yeah, majority of them was coming from Ellis Island and back in, yeah, definitely. And
They
you could,
came
I could get
into the
proof to show
country.
proof.
They came into the country illegally.
Many of them did. You got many of them that came under, you got many of them that crossed into this country
Amazing.
back in the days when immigration, these are the people that built this country.
The country had already been built before those people came. That's why they were able to come, because the country was.
If anything, they
country.
need,
No. Hold on. The country was already here. You know who the Great White Hope is, right?
The Great White. Do I know who that is?
Uh-huh.
Like Larry Bird?
All right, yeah, that's end of reaction, yeah. I think most of this compilation was just people tipping around questions. That's just my opinion. There was this tip around the question. Y'all tell me in the comments. Yeah, I think they were tipping around. I'm pretty sure you know what the definition of tipping around. When I say tipping around, it means like they're dodging the question, not trying to answer the question before they put context to it. So they're tipping around the question, not trying to answer the question. But hey, y'all tell me what y'all think up in this reaction. Tell me what y'all beliefs is about whatever David was saying, and I will see you guys on the next one. Hit that like button, subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of this month, so please do. Please share with your family, friends, whoever you see, strangers on the street. And I will talk to you later. Osiris is out from the Fat Man's Podcast. And I'll see you guys on the next one.